Howdy YouTube. So welcome to part 2 of the Pershing Recoiling Airsoft turret build. So last time I used my Sherman's upper hulls, daughter board, and wiring to test fit and test out to see if this is going to work the way I want it to. And it was pretty successful. So I think the only thing I have to do now is properly mount and size the rod that connects the barrel to the recoil servo. We should be good to go. And then about the only other thing that I really have to modify is, since this is the turret elevation motor for the Tiger, it will not work in the Pershing turret because that requires this thing. So this is about the only kind of wiring that I'll have to actually do separate, because it's just basically rip the guts out of the Tiger turret and slap it into the Pershing turret. Well, this is really a custom Pershing turret because I cut the stock barrel off and I used this piece of brass tube to make another barrel. So it'll be nice. So last time we tested it out for the recoil and it works fine. This time I went a couple steps further and I connected the sound card. So let's actually take a look at the sound differences between, well, we'll see how good the new Tigan sounds are. I believe this one is the Sherman engine, because when I bought it they didn't actually have the Pershing engine, but they're very similar. So let's turn on the transmitter, and then the power, fan, everything, lights are blinking. Alright, let's go. Here's the on button. And we're running. So we've got the idle sounds, which are nice. I have it turned down almost as low as it'll go because this thing gets loud. So here's the engine sounds. Driving. Here's the gun elevation. Rotation and the firing. I love the shell eject sound. Okay, so this little switch is a safety for the gun, for the airsoft gun, which is good. Alright, so there's that a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to have to work on now is getting this. Okay, so that is in. Oh. Hello. Do we have a problem? Yeah, I'm going to have to snip that off. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have to do some modifying up there. Maybe cut the top out of that to give this rod some room. Bring in. It's binding up right there, so I'm going to have to pull this off and cut that top part out, and I'll be back. Okay, so turns out I was actually holding this thing upside down and I had already cut the top part out. So that thing's good to go. I smoothed it out a little bit. It should be fine. So I did notice that the little piece of heat shrink that it comes with is obviously for a much thicker barrel than from the Tiger ones. So my little makeshift one is a little thinner than what the Pershing's actual end of the barrel was. So I just cut a piece of my own shrink tube that was from a 10mm tube, which fits on this better. So I'll just use it. But I think the next part is we're going to trim this lead. Now, I marked the barrel here. This is the airsoft barrel that goes inside the other one. So I marked it with the position of the mantlet. And what I'm going to do is snip this thing off. Give myself a few millimeters of room. And here we go. Alright, so that's gone. Shove this on here. Now let's get their 10mm on here. Come on. Yeah. This is a hole that I used to secure it to the barrel of the IR recoil unit, so it is no longer required. But okay, so I don't need to worry about this being aligned because I can just turn it. It's just snug fit on there. Okay, so let's. Oh no, this is going to be tricky. Very tricky indeed. Okay. I think I got it. Ooh, this brass got warm pretty quick. That shit. Oh no, it didn't work. That is alright. I've got plenty of heat shrink. We can just try again. I can't find my scissors, so I'm having to use my snips. See that straight? Yeah. You know what? I got a bit of an idea. Put a little bit of a kink in the end of this. Probably hold better. Attempt number 2. top of the barrel. That's about the only thing I think I need to worry about. Yeah, that ain't working. I'm gonna have to figure something else out, I think. Yeah. Let me see this here. Ah, okay. I see what they did. They actually drilled a tiny ass little hole down in there. And that's where it grabs it. I can do that. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so I've drilled a tiny little 1/16 hole. We're just gonna file off the bit of that. Now it's smooth. Now I have something for that to hook onto. Cool. Now I just need to heat shrink that, and it'll be good. So let's reconnect. Recenter. Okay, so it's centered. Shove that in there. Shove that in there. I'm gonna need another piece of the dealio, because I think I left it out there, but that's okay. Particular. Eee, that was not a straight cut. Oh well. Oh, that could have been bad. was bad. I think I'm going to have to rethink my strategy. Alright, so after all of that fiddling around, I couldn't quite get it to work right. Because, springs everywhere. This barrel is a lot thicker, so it has more room for this wire to hold on to. So what I'm going to do is cheat a little bit. Use some glue. And then we'll let this dry. And then we'll probably cut it off and head for part 3. Part 3. Ooh, I do not want to get this on anything else. I'm dropping stuff. Alright, some Gorilla Glue gel. That should hold it in there. Oh man, if only I had. Alright, well, we're going to let that sit, and I'll see you guys for part 3.